Well, retrofit's part of our response to the challenge of climate change. We need to reduce our national carbon dioxide emissions and greenhouse gas emissions by 80% by 2050, and because our building stock is such a big contributor to those emissions, we have to start to look at retrofit. Well, we have about 26 million dwellings in this country and about 2 million non-domestic buildings, and we replace them at a very slow rate, so that by 2050 more than 80% of the buildings that exist now will still be with us. So there's no opportunity really to replace them with more efficient buildings which use less energy. We have to retrofit them. Some of them we may not need to because they're new, but the ones we do retrofit, 20 million over 40 years is about $500,000 a year, which works out at about one a minute if we deliver the programme properly. The retrofit guides are really to fulfil two functions. The first one is to encourage people to identify and take up the opportunities that this transformation of the industry involves. And secondly, they're to provide the technical guidance that underpins that as to how to go about retrofit and all the various complications that it involves. The retrofit guides are intended to be comprehensive. They deal first of all with the nature of the challenge. Secondly, they deal with assessing dwellings for retrofit. They deal with planning retrofit projects, whether it be individual dwellings or whole stocks of housing. They deal with what has to be done to the building fabric, what has to be done to the building services, with broader environmental issues like waste and water, materials, and they deal with exploiting and marketing the opportunities that people who take up retrofit will want to deliver in the new transformed industry.
It's a very good time for the retrofit market at the moment. There are a lot of drivers coming into play. We're seeing the arrival of Green Deal and the energy company obligation, which will have a big impact on how householders decide to use energy at home. We're also seeing a time of challenges in the housing market, which mean that more people are choosing to stay put and renovate or refurbish their homes rather than move house. And with energy bills continuing to rise year on year, people are much more aware of the things that they can do to manage their energy costs at home. Homeowners are the main customers for retrofit. They still dominate the housing stock in the UK, with around about 60 to 70% of homes owned by the people that live in them. There are some other groups that shouldn't be forgotten though. Many of our homes are still owned by social landlords such as housing associations and local authorities. And they provide a really strong opportunity for innovation in retrofit. It's very important to think about the best time to market to your potential customer about retrofit. Homeowners may be more inclined to undertake a retrofit project when they've just moved into a new property and the whole place needs redecorating. For landlords, the best time is really to try and get them when properties are empty. So for student landlords, this will be during the summer months while the students are away. And for social landlords, this will be any void period between tenancies.